Fox News makes me want to throw up in my mouth. They are beyond the pale on any given day. But this clip that I saw from the interview with Trump and Musk that they've got going, it's gaslighting to a new level. Play the clip, Kylie.
The media have such a hard time believing that two powerful, successful, handsome men could work together with one objective. It's happened before, and America accepted it. Remember, for example, Lethal Weapon? 4 separate times. Mel Gibson, Danny Glover. Watch.
That's on the news. NEWS. Okay, number one, I take issue with the fact if you have to have an interview about how you're not broken up and nobody's jealous of the other one, then 100% somebody's jealous and you're trying to cover it up. That's one. Number two, calling those two handsome is the biggest gaslight I've ever heard in my life. It is. And then here's the deal. I mean, successful, powerful men do great in partnership pairs all the time. Look at Lethal Weapon. Hey, dumb shit. Lethal Weapon's a movie with Mel Gibson of all people to reference, of course. So I'm just horrified as usual.
First of all, Fox News is not news. It's a propaganda machine that the equivalency to that is Russian propaganda TV. And they've gotten worse and worse. But more than anything, that is a false equivalency to compare leaders of the free world to fictional characters. But I think that's really on brand with MAGA that works with their base. And Fox News has been a part of this indoctrination propaganda machine for so many years. And I believe there's a study out that says people that listen to kind of what would be considered mainstream news, ABC, NBC, PBS, people that don't listen to the news at all, and then Fox News viewers, the people who knew the least facts were Fox News viewers. And I agree with you. The fact that they are having to make all of these excuses for Elon Musk, the situation is we need to be bullying the shit out of Elon Musk. There is no transparency. He's got everybody's information. What has he done with it? Did he sell it to Vladimir Putin? Who knows? Why does he have it all? What's he doing with all of this? This is beyond a constitutional crisis, in my opinion, and we are living in full-blown formation of fascism right now.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the deal. I don't even think Putin would have to buy it. I think Elon Musk would give it to him. He's just so corrupt. Speaking of corruption in the Trump administration, this goes all through me. Now, let me remind you, Trump himself has been adjudicated by a federal jury as a rapist. We've got Pete Hegseth with allegations. Up and down these cabinet appointees, Brett Kavanaugh, blah, 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 list goes on. The Trump administration has reached out to Romania to lift restrictions on the Tate brothers, who I might remind you are charged with sex trafficking or financial crimes and sex with underage girls. The list goes on. They are misogynistic. They are what is wrong with young men looking up to these men. And here is Alina Habba, Trump's senior advisor, talking to Andrew Tate. Now, he's still in Romania under restrictions during this taping.
Hey.
Hello, Alina.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm a fan. You're the one saving Trump. You're doing more important work than me.
America, not just Trump. And I agree with everything you just said. And I think that your anger is the same that President Trump has for our country. And the time is now for us to stop being wimps. I think that's exactly the right sentiment. And I also have to say that I sympathize with you because I think you go through a lot of the same show me the person, I'll find the crime that President Trump has gone through. And
okay, human trafficking, that is not a find a crime type situation. This is the second time he's been arrested. Look no further than his public comments about how he feels about women, then you will know exactly what is going on in his mind. He is the most despicable. And for a female to get on his podcast and say, I'm a big fan, it is repulsive, it is gross, it should be disqualifying to serve in the administration of the presidency of the United States, if that is the type of character that you want to fangirl over. But here's the catch-22 and all that. Her boss has no use for women either. Women are disposable to Trump and Elon Musk. It's a revolving door of the different women. And it is so repulsive that he is asking Romania to lift restrictions while all the Republican, Bible banging, what would Jesus do crowd is all in on Trump. It is the worst hypocrisy that has ever seen the light of day. I'm enraged by this.
I think, pardon me, listener, I'm a little under the weather. Pardon me. I think that what she said about being wimps, I don't think there's a wimpier administration than Donald Trump's administration. Take your policies through Congress. Name check all of these Republicans. Do it. They won't do it. It's these chicken shit executive orders that then the judiciary is saying that they are illegal. You have Trump bending over for Vladimir Putin. You have J.D. Vance's embarrassment in Europe. And then they're sucking up to all of these sexual predators. But Trump's a predator. All of his cabinets are predators. It seems like sexual predation is a prerequisite, not a disqualifier. And so this onslaught, this attack on women, LGBTQ plus, Black and brown community, it is getting to such a fever pitch right now. But I think it's very important. We have decisions to make. I am so sick of hearing people say, we've got to reach out to MAGA. We've just got to talk to MAGA. Don't talk to them. These people listen to that crap that you just heard. This is the most morally defunct cult the modern world has ever seen, and it's going to get worse and more damaging. I think our conversation needs to be directed at the millions of voters that didn't vote. We have a very under majority voting population, and do not talk to these people. Do not. They reap the benefits of all of these functions and all of this government that is set up to protect us, to make sure planes don't crash, to make sure we are detecting new diseases. They're doing away with all of that because they don't care about life. They don't care about women. They don't care about anything. This is a money-hungry power grab by the wimpiest beta males on the planet who have to sit around and promote Andrew Tate to try to prove how masculine they are. And I believe it's Andrew Tate who said, and this is how weird MAGA is. There's a clip where he says he would rather have sex with a trans person than an ugly female. Yet in the MAGA world, enemy 101 are trans people. So, but also Jesus. I mean, this is just crazy town, and you cannot talk to these people. So we've got to get like Stacey Abrams this thing and get people out who typically don't vote, people who are typically not engaged. That's who we need to target, because people who are down this echo chamber, I'm sorry, but they're just lost. I mean, it's like trying to talk to somebody that's, in a cult somewhere and on a compound. Okay. Please support our podcast by supporting our advertisers. You guys, I have so many subscriptions that I sign up for. My kids sign up for. It all goes on this one credit card. And then a lot of times I forget about them. I forget that I'm paying it monthly because it's a few dollars here, a few dollars there. That's why I'm so happy I downloaded Rocket Money. It identified all of these superfluous subscriptions that I was no longer using, canceled them all in one spot. I'm saving so much money.
I really appreciate Rocket Money because I did not realize that my children and I, living in the same house, had different accounts to the same streaming services. So Rocket Money, it was so nice. It found them that I didn't know I had, and it canceled them for me. So I was able to save a total amount of money in a month. That it shocked me. It was like a shopping spree.
Listener, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/IHIP today. That's rocketmoney.com/IHIP. rocketmoney.com/IHIP.
Okay, one thing I never thought that I would live to see is the Auschwitz Museum fact-checking a sitting president of the United States. But that's what happened, because he went to the German right-wing party and said he supported them. And then he gave that speech to the European leaders. And so what he says, does the media really think the Holocaust was caused by free speech? And the Auschwitz Memorial says, when we look at Auschwitz, we see the end of the process. It's important to remember that the Holocaust actually did not start from gas chambers. This hatred gradually developed from words, stereotypes, and prejudice through legal exclusion, dehumanization, and escalating violence. Now, that's exactly right. You just put a frog in water and then you just turn up the heat. What's interesting about this post is I sent it to Kylie this morning. I saw it yesterday. I sent it to Kylie this morning about 5:30 a.m. When she was putting these clips together, she could not find it. I went into my bookmarks. That tweet is now gone off of the platform X. She had to dig around. Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So, that's really interesting that JD Vance, it's really rich that eyeline wearing motherfucker goes over to Germany and tries to lecture them on free speech. When all MAGA wants is controlled speech. They want their favored speech. They're all for free speech if it favors them. These guys are Nazis. And I read an article this morning in my, sick haze that what the word Nazi came from is there were a lot of people that didn't necessarily dislike Jews in Germany, but were for overt nationalism, were for, German domination. And the word for those people was Nazi. And so that's what we have right now. And that's why I am so convicted in the fact that if you vote for this, you are okay with it. If you're making excuses for Donald Trump, you're okay with it. I remember studying World War II in high school and in college and thinking, what did the normal, non-crazy Germans think? What did they say? What did they do? You guys, that's who we are. And we need to be loud and unafraid and keep fighting and not pre-surrender to this fascist regime. Europe can no longer trust us. Canada can no longer trust us. America can no longer trust us. Donald Trump, JD Vance, and a South African named Elon Musk, and they have a bunch of other oligarchs lined up, have taken all of these allies that we had that provided stability in our lives, both economic and security, taken a grenade and thrown it in it because they're fucking insecure assholes. And there's not a whole lot of deeper meaning to it than that. Hitler was a disgusting, evil asshole. There's this famous tweet about Rush Limbaugh that this guy sent out, like on the 4-year anniversary of Rush Limbaugh's death. I said, now that Rush Limbaugh's dead, you never hear about him because he never made anything productive. He just spewed hate, spewed anger, and was in the news cycles. And then when he died, it was like a fart passing in the wind. And that's what this right-wing media echo chamber is. They're not producing anything good. They're indoctrinating people that used to be moderates and decent people. They're indoctrinating them into this wildly horrific new modern style of Nazism. And we have to be loud and we have to be proud to stand up for human rights, and we have to be proud to stand up for democracy, because this is insanity. It is insane. It is insane that they scrubbed that tweet off of Twitter.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just going to let a Canadian PM, Charlie Angus, sum up what you just said in a speech to Canadians.
Our neighbors are no longer our allies. We are dealing with a regime next door to us that is ignoring the international rule of law, and we have to take this dead serious.
He's 100% right. And that is just, it's for what? They want Canada to be a 51st state, so they feel like big dicks. I mean, come on. I mean, I wish they would just line them all up, take their pants off, get out the ruler, measure their dicks, tweet the results, tweet everything out so we could all move on with our lives. This is pathetic and dangerous and just horrifically sad.
It's so sad. Well, that was the uplifting news of the morning. Stick with us.